Hi everyone, how's it going? I hope you're doing fine. I'm here just to explain, how to navigate into the FBI's crime data explorer. So I hope that it helps for your assignment that's gonna be due this Friday. And let's move on and go to the website. You probably got my hyperlink through the email. So you copy that and paste it into your browser. So you're going to be able to find your data. So let's share my screen so you guys know what I'm talking about. This is actually, the data that you're going to explore, but probably um, the first information that you guys have is this website where you can find, really cool stuff, from the FBI. So there's a lot of information here, that that you guys can carve out. Um, but going straight to the point, um, for our assignment, you can actually go ahead and click on here, explore the national data. So let's do that. If you hit explore, then you get to that page where in your left hand side, you can have all types of informations from different crimes, from the NIBRS estimates, hate crime, expanded homicide data, and so on and so forth, right? So a little bit about, you know, the website. I know there's been a change, and I'm sorry for that. The video was a little bit outdated, so I want to make this video in order to facilitate, this navigation. So if you look into the main page, you see Explorer page filters, right? So here is where you can create those charts, that are actually required. So if I choose from the drop-down list, the type of crime I'm interested in, then let's choose for homicide. Homicide. If I want to, national, data, then I can go straight to the United States. If I want state data, then I can, from drop down list, choose my state. For example, I can go to California, and in California, they're gonna ask exactly what type of agency I am interested in. So if I just say San Francisco, so San Francisco, there's a couple of informations here from different counties, but if I want to go, to the police department, then I'll click here on San Francisco Police Department, and right afterwards, I need to choose my time frame. So it can goes from 3 months to 10 years. So there's a lot of, data laid out. And if I want something more, I can customize it. If I click on customize, it will appear, a monthly data ranging from November 2019 up to November 2024. And then if I submit it and you scroll down a little bit, then I can have all my information here. The first thing you can notice, this data is actually truncated. So there's some missing values here in the 2 points. So probably there's a bit of an update with this information. Um, but it's still for other agencies, it can play out, more safely. So, for example, let's hit again instead of San Francisco. Um, let's go ahead and look for San Diego. San Diego Police Department. And here we go. So it changes immediately, this information. If I still maintain 5 years, so here's the information that is laid out to me. If I want to change it for 10 years, the chart's gonna be larger, but you can see, all the movements and the dynamics from this information. And if I want to customize it, then I can just click on custom and look for the information from month to month and up until the last available data and hit the button submit. If I submit it, then I'll have, all the information laid out to me, right? And here are some more information about where this data was actually extracted. And as you can see, there's the National Incident-Based Reporting System from San Diego Police Department, even though you're talking about UCR, but all the information from UCR are being transferred to NIBRS. So that's the biggest change, right? It was in 2021 was the beginning of this process, but still it's an ongoing process, and probably in the next few years we're going to have a more updated information with better taxonomy. If I scroll down a little bit more, my information here, we can see all the variables laid out through demographics. So we can have the age range from, offender as well as the victim. Um, Sex, if I hit sex, you're going to have this info chart. If I hit race, then we have laid out, all the information regarding race for both sides, as well as ethnicity. So you can see, ethnicity here coming from Hispanic, Latino, up to multiple, as well as the victim. So if I decided to, instead of having those count numbers, they can actually show the percentage of those numbers, right? So here we can have, the majority being non-Hispanic, Latino. If I scroll it down a little bit more, I can actually just unclick show percentages and go back. And it goes back to counts or numbers. And here you can have the location type and the victim's relationship to the offender. You see there's the majority is relationship unknown, but it can have stranger, acquaintance, boyfriend, parent, so on and so forth. If you ask for show more, you're gonna see there's a lot of information here, but most of the information are actually condensed from neighborhood up the way to relationship unknown, right? And how can I do it if I want to download all the data? So there's a couple of buttons called download, and you can download the data in order to analyze or create new charts or new tables for your report. If I scroll down a little bit more, this website, I can see, the type of weapons and offense linked to another offense. And also, all the resources they had in order to gather all this information here. You can see there's um, a lot of resources, actually a lot of sources, from NIBRS, from the ECR, and other informations, other bulletins and reports together. And if you see a little bit about, the data, you can see all the definition here, what they mean by related offenses, what is inside, this information, and a couple of additional definitions, and not only definitions but concepts, and if there's any change on methodology, because it can significantly impact your data. So here's the information that you guys can have. And also, if you want to go through another sources, here's they ask for, the National Institute of Justice, for violent crimes as well as the Bureau of Justice statistics. So you can actually try it out and gather additional information here. Okay, right? So if you want, to explore, some other information, let's say expanded homicide data, I click on it on my left-hand side, and there you go. They're gonna show again, the possible information they have on expanded homicide. Um, Again, you can have this chart either by counts, or if I hit the drop down list, I can change it for rates and downloaded it, this chart, all this information, as well as all the demographics, location, and the victim's relationship, to the offender, as well as the circumstances. So the circumstances are here, if it's, you know, about arguments, about, gangs, robberies, and so on and so forth, right? So you can actually, um, have more, aggr not aggregated, but more broken down information on the circumstances that have that type of crime. And here, if it's murder and what type of weapon was used, in this case. And again, all the resources and methodology that is explained here, and all the concepts, if you scroll down a little bit more, your website. Okay, so if you download it, there's a couple of buttons here. If you're utilizing a PC, so you can open up this information in your on your Excel spreadsheet. But if it's a Mac, it goes straight to the numbers, spreadsheet. But there, a tip is you can have this, you can just click on Edit at the top of the menu, and then select all, and then copy, and then paste onto your Excel spreadsheet, right? So we can have all this information saved on your Excel. And if you want to save in a different name, or separate all the information that you have, you can actually click on Save As, and change your name, and change the type of your format. Instead of CSV, you're gonna save this dot XLSX uh, format. All right. So this is a little bit of information here, and I apologize for this change. So this video will be on Canvas, so you can rely on it and try it yourself. Okay. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye bye.